Hi, everybody. It's Michelle Jackson, and I am here to talk with another dynamic author who's a part of the Black Writers Workspace. We have Leonora Martelly, who is our third place winner in the Chapter One writing competition. I know that competition was over quite a while ago. However, we didn't get a chance to talk to her back then. And so we wanted to bring her on now so that you will get an opportunity to meet her. She was one of our third place winners in the poetry competition. If you remember anything about the Chapter One writing competition, we actually acknowledge and awarded prizes, cash prizes, as well as medals to our first, second, and third place winners in three categories. It was nonfiction, fiction, and poetry. And so we're going to bring on Miss Martelli here to talk to us about her work and to learn about her journey as an author. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Excited to be here and talk to you.
You know what? I'm so happy to see your beautiful face and to see that T-shirt because that's a T-shirt that I've been promoting and selling, and I just love the fact that we have so many amazing authors who are so supportive of the things that we're doing on the Black Writers Workspace. So first, I want to congratulate you on winning one of those amazing prizes for poetry. You beat out lots of writers. And in the poetry competition, you had to submit between 5 to 8 poems, and we are going to have the opportunity to hear you read one of those poems later. But for now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. Such an amazing introduction. My name is Leonora Martelly. I am the founder of She Is Made. I've been writing ever since I could remember as a tool for wellness and mental health. I'm extroverted, but introverted at the same time. I was quite shy as a child and just different from my peers. And so poetry and writing was just a way of escaping and creating my own world and expressing myself. And then during the pandemic, at the height of lockdown and quarantine in September 2020, I started She Is Made because I just felt like I was stuck and I just felt depressed about what was going on around the world and what was happening to Black people in our communities. And I said, you know what? First, I'm going to write a book called Made. I'm big on definitions. Made means built, shaped, and formed in a specified way. I believe everything that you've been through, all the adversity, all the obstacles made you who you are today. And so I published Made and then founded my company, She Is Made, which uses art, poetry, social emotional learning, and wellness as a tool for mental health. So we do workshops, we do poetry events, we do creative writing events, I do one-on-one coaching and mentorship. And that's my business. And by day, to fund all of the things I love to do and create, I work as a program manager in a high school that services Black and Brown kids in an underserved community. And I program manage our mentorship program, which assists with students who are that have chronic absenteeism rates, and we get them back on track. And I train and do workshops with teachers. And then I also run our after school enrichment programs and oversee that and just curate different programs that suits the needs of students in our community and in the creative mind. That's
So
me.
happy that you're out there working on behalf of the Black
Yeah,
community or the Brown community. We need more workers. We need people who are dedicated. And one thing I've learned with the Black Writers Workspace is that writers are very dedicated,
yeah,
because in order to sit down and write a book, you have to really have a clear focus, a clear vision, and you need to be organized. You need to have an idea of how you want to impact your readers. And I love that so many of us are also activists. So when I went through your bio, author, entrepreneur, teacher, activist, community leader, and influencer, you have a great following on social media as well. Talk to us about your poetry and what it is that drives you to write or what inspires you to write your poetry.
absolutely. And thank you. Honestly, it's my Blackness. I'm first generation American. My mother is Haitian and Dominican. My dad's Haitian and Italian. So I grew up in a predominantly Caribbean Haitian household. So my roots in Caribbean and my Blackness and my experience as a Black woman and things that I've been through, things that people tell me. I've always said if I wasn't doing what I was doing now in my adult life, I'd be a therapist because everyone comes to me for everything. And so just thinking about my history, our history as Black people, where we are, what we're facing now, things that my friends go through, my family go through, my experiences, that's really what drives the force behind my writing is giving us a voice to feel seen, heard, understood. For those that feel misunderstood, my opening message in my maid book is just like for the weirdos, those that don't feel understood, the LGBTQIA community, those who feel like they don't have a voice. Like I name all like just a diverse group of people because I think that once we accept that our differences is actually our superpower and not judge people and not move in hate and discomfort with things that we don't understand, then the world would be a better place. So I welcome all walks of life as long as you're in alliance and alignment
Mhm.
with who I am as a Black woman.
You know, your poetry, the poetry that you submitted that won the competition was an ode to Blackness,
Yes.
honoring your history, your heritage, your background, and everything that makes you you. I always say Black people are magical people, and we really are. We are thriving despite of, we are successful despite of, we are moving forward despite of, and we
Right.
can fill that in sentence with so many different things, but we can't dwell on that. So
Right.
let's talk about this ode to Blackness and your connection to women, to young girls. What
Oh,
is the message that you wanted them to receive from your poetry, and what is the message you wanted them to receive from your book Made?
yes. Oh, that's such a I'll try to keep that condensed because I can go on and on. Because my poems are I try to keep it simple, but they have a lot of complex meanings behind it. For the ode to Blackness, I really wanted to convey the message that you can be so all that you are, so many different things, right? We embody and encompass so many different characteristics, so many different roles as women, right? As Black women, we go through so many things. So you could be sexy. You could be, I think sometimes, like for me, cursing is like a form of passion sometimes, right? You could be vulgar sometimes. You could be sophisticated. You could be ratchet sometimes if you want to and just hang out with your girls. And so
Mhm.
you could be all those things and be yourself and still belong in every room that you walk in. And I think that is so important because oftentimes we're as Black women, we're boxed into what we should be, how we should speak, what we should look like, what's appropriate for certain settings. And the same things that they box us in are the same things that they mimic and the same things that they want to be and want to do. So the message behind my book and my submission, The Ode to Blackness, is to really, really find your joy, love on yourself, every part of yourself, no matter what society tells you, because no one in this world has it right. No
Mhm.
one knows the answers, and just appreciate and honor the things that make you you, the things that you like, and it's okay to go against the grain. We live in a very interesting time where it's a one trained pony, a one trick pony, a one thought. You're supposed to think a certain way. There's a standard of beauty. You're supposed to talk a certain way. You're supposed to live this luxurious, lavish life. That's just not reality for everyone. You're supposed to be happy. I mean, there's more conversation around mental health and wellness for sure, right? Um, However, there's still a lot of smoke and mirrors, really, when it comes to the way that people portray their lives to be and who they are. And I just miss and love genuine people and authenticity. And I just encourage people to be their authentic self, whatever that looks like. And that's how I build my following and my tribe. I'm really me and I'm my brand. And, there's times where people are like, oh, you teach about wellness. Sometimes you shouldn't talk about that or do this. And I'm like, no, because I'm the girl around the way. I'm from Queens, born in Brooklyn, just like everyone else. And this is a part of my culture and who I am. So take it or leave it. And that's really at this point in my life how I am. Take it or
Well,
leave
tell
it.
me, what did you teach yourself in your own
Ooh,
writing?
what did I teach myself through my writing or in my writing?
through in what was the lesson? What was the thing that you read, that you wrote,
Mm.
that changed you? Because as a writer,
Mhm.
sometimes the work is therapeutic. It's there to heal us. We don't even sometimes we don't even know we need to be healed in certain ways. And then we start writing and we begin to
Mm.
basically pull back the layers of
Yes.
pain that's there. So what did your work teach you that helped you to grow?
Ooh. It taught me that healing's not linear.
Mhm.
And it's a continuous thing. There's been times where I think I'm over something and I'll start with like a writing prompt in a workshop, or I'll just start writing and so much will come up and pour out of me. That also led me to diving into therapy. In Caribbean households. It's like what happens in the house stays in the house. You're like, therapy's just not it. Then they could use it against you if something's to happen. And through my writing, I was just like, there's certain things that I need to address from my childhood into my adulthood that I thought that I was handling correctly, but I don't have the tools to do so, and that's okay. And therapy changed my life.
Yes.
It
Yes.
changed my
Therapy
life,
is a game changer. I tell people that all the time.
my
Go to
life.
therapy, get help. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean that something is wrong with you
right,
to go to a therapist. A
yeah,
therapist is a great source to just have someone to bounce out ideas from. Here to have someone who isn't committed to you give
right.
you an objective opinion about your life. It's a beautiful thing. So happy to have you here, to hear you talk, to have this one-on-one time. You've been on the Pen Posse Roundtable. You've done many things with us with the Black Writers Workspace, and I'm so happy. I follow you on Instagram, and I see
Everything
all
then,
the
girl. You see all of me then, girl.
and I pay attention because I love to see like young women blossom. I grew up before social media. So watching you guys grow up in this age of social media and come into yourself and learn to love yourself despite all this haggling to get a like. I'm happy to see that you're healthy mentally, spiritually, and you're moving forward. So that's an excellent thing. So congratulations again on winning the third place in the poetry competition. She's holding up her medal that she received from us. She's also wearing that T-shirt. I'm still rocking that, loving that. And I wanted to give you an opportunity to read an excerpt from your work. I'm going to go off the screen. They don't need to see me. They need to hear and see your beautiful face, and so that we can learn from you. And then I want you to come back and talk to us about your next steps, what's happening with you going
Sure.
forward. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Okay, now this poem is from my submission, An Ode to Blackness. It's called Black Girl Joy. Similar to the question that was just asked, this poem reminded me to always find my joy no matter what it looks like, no matter the space that I'm in. Black Girl Joy. Sis, I've been residing in an interesting space lately, trying to find my Black girl joy again, rediscovering me, my truths. So I ask you, how do I keep this simple without being dark when I'm on a beam between darkness and light? She said, we appreciate love and light because of the darkness. Be authentic to where you are right now. Tell your story authentically. Girl, Black girl joy is finding the joy in spaces people tell you not to. They tell you to be bold, but not too bold. They tell you to speak up, but not too loud. You're allowed to be passionate, but not aggressive with it. You can dance, but don't twerk. You can embellish, but the hoops are too much. Find joy in the spaces they tell you not to, because that's where it resides. I suddenly felt inspired. Black girl joy, let's talk about it. It's not linear, but it's subjective. Don't let people dictate what joy means to you or what you choose to do. It can be listening to Megan Thee Stallion and transitioning to tribal house music. It can be listening to City Girls and then crying through prayer. It's music to Soul Child before he wanted to become a rapper. Just kidding. Whatever brings you joy, whatever moves your spirit, the mood in which you reside in, you live in that. Beautiful queen, you are deserving. Black girl joy, you are deserving. Black girl joy to me right now, is coming home after a long day of work, decompressing with a glass of wine and dancing around my apartment. It's slowing down and being with the version of me that I am present time, because I know I'll never be that version of myself again. It's sitting on my couch watching Martin, candles lit, dinner cooked. I'm indulged in self. I'm flowing, insect burning, Badu playing, water sipping, cozy dripping, finger moving while creating. I'm in joy. My Black girl joy. It's watering my plants, talking to my tribe on the phone, laughing, supporting, learning, teaching, bullshitting. It's family, it's love, it's justice, it's peace, it's freedom, it's black people. My people is for the people. It's compa and smelling my mother's food on a Sunday morning. It's friends, real friends. Energy, good energy. It's financial freedom, legacy. It's my pops being proud of me. It's accomplishing my goals and resting, knowing my body and listening to his cues. It's a fire new nail set and white gel pedicure toes. It's healing from trauma, even when it's hard. It's grow. It's our glow. It's our grow. It's popping. It's versatility. I could be Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia. Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen, Vicky. Cookie, well, I became her at the ice cream parlor. Tonya, Diane, Lori, and Carla, Marina, Selena, Katrina, Sabrina, about 3 Kims, Latoya, and Tina, rest in peace, DMX. Most of all, I could be authentically myself. I could be authentically me. It's dressing to how I feel and owning any room I walk into, owning any room I walk into. It's belonging in every place. I belong no place. I belong to myself. It's not always fitting in, but not giving a fuck. I'm not everyone's taste palette. It's vibrating high and saging bad energy. It's me, it's you, it's we. Black girl joy is whatever the fuck you want it to be. Black girl joy.
Excellent. I love that. You know what I love so much about that poem is the fact that you're also talking about me, you
Mm.
know? And I love that because there's always this ageism thing that, we don't understand each other and we're so, you're millennial and I'm this, whatever. The reality is that I grew up with rap music.
Yeah.
I grew up, I'm a woman, and all the things that you are talking about are so relevant in my life, learning to be
Oh,
authentic. You're learning it earlier than I was given permission to learn it in many ways
amazing.
because I grew up in a different time from that perspective of I had to grow into my authenticity in many ways. You guys are just grabbing a hold of it so early, and I love that. And
Yeah.
so I love that poem. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. It's beautiful. And I think that you've got a lot more to say. You told me you've written 4 books, 1 journal.
Yeah.
We talked about Made. We've heard some of your poetry. You talked about being an activist. You've got a lot to do. And
Yeah.
I hope to be the watcher standing outside watching you do these things and rooting for you and seeing you be as successful as you want to be because you can make a lot of things happen. And I already feel that energy
You.
from you. So talk to us a little bit about what's next. I mean, 4 books, 1 journal. I
Yeah.
mean, what's next for you when it comes to writing, and what's next for you when it comes to your overall accomplishments in this in profession?
Yes. First of all, thank you for sharing that in all transparency. And I love to hear that. My goal is to connect, even if it's to one person or a million people. I just want to feel like you connect to my work and who I am, and you can hear my voice through my writing. So thank you for sharing that. That made my heart smile. What's next? I actually want to dibble and dabble into some artistic film. There's a film competition that I haven't even spoken about, where you have to submit a 10-minute movie called Coming to Age, and I'm scripting that now. So that's kind of just expanding where I'm at with like my writing and production. I feel like I produce because I do a lot of content through social media. So I feel like I got this. I've done some acting as well. I definitely want to publish another book, 100%, and an ebook on how to publish and just some quick tips and quick hits. Luckily, with winning in the package, you guys also offered a discounted rate for like editing and publishing. So I'll definitely follow up with that. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the space that you have here with Black Writers Workspace. It's just amazing. I also want to expand my business and really do some mentoring more that's related to She Is Made. I do a lot of mentorship in my day-to-day life and in my profession, but I want to do mentorship for creatives, for the youth and for adults, some one-on-one coaching for sure. um, taking over the world, supporting the youth. I want to also, and I will, create some audiobooks and some audio to my poetry and some affirmations and some healing words for people to listen to. Hopefully that transpires and changes into an actual wellness app. So there's a couple of things that's on my radar. Might dip back into podcasting to share my voice on a different level. It is challenging though, because it's one you, and I'm very meticulous when it comes to what I put out to my tribe. And I believe in divine timing and not instant gratification. So I take my time with things and not just try to release and release because everyone's doing something. So yeah, my next thing is the film. And then from there, I'm just going to continue writing and expanding.
We're so happy to know you, and we know you're going to knock this film out the
Thank
box.
you.
So keep us in the loop. Let us know what's happening with you. What can we do for you and with you? Because that's what this is all about. So thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
a part of the Chapter One writing competition, for winning third place in the poetry competition. Thank you for this interview and for everything that you're putting out there into the universe, because you're changing people. And
Mm,
that's what this writing journey has to be about. It's about healing ourselves and helping other people heal. So congratulations on everything. Don't
yeah.
leave us. We are going to give you, well, first of all, I want to wrap up by giving you an opportunity to give our writers a few words of encouragement about continuing on this journey of writing, for those aspiring to put a book out there, or those who have put a book out there and now they lost their confidence. I want you to give them a couple of words of encouragement, and then we're going to wrap up and take you off the screen. But I don't want you to go anywhere. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. To my writers, family, tribe, lift your crown. Remember who you are. Okay. There are no L's, it's all lessons. Things will not always go exactly how you picture it to be, but there's a reason, a divine reason, and lessons that you are going to learn for a greater purpose. Keep writing, keep inspiring, be true to yourself. Do not box yourself in for anyone. Keep sharing your voice because it makes a difference. And remember, just touching one person is an amazing accomplishment. Keep going. And we are here. You have a tribe here, okay? You have a tribe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm going to take you off the screen, but please don't go anywhere.
I won't. Okay.
Thank you all for joining us and for being a part of the Black Writers Workspace. I am so excited to have had this opportunity to speak with our winners from the Chapter One writing competition. I also had an opportunity to speak with our first place winner of the Black Creators Collaborative Writing Competition. We do these comps so that you will have an opportunity to level up your writing skills, win cash prizes that will keep you writing, as well as to connect with some great resources. The Black Writers Workspace, we're 13,000 strong on the private group on Facebook. We invite everyone to be a part of it. We also invite you to our first live book fair here in New Orleans, which is where I'm from. And we are having that book fair in January 28th in 2023. We invite you to come out if you're interested. You can go to my website at authormichelledjackson.com and you can find information about that event. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.